Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's happening? So I'm back at it again, doing yet another video. This time, somewhat great news. At ABC Network, it was reported from the Hollywood Reporter that The Chew is now officially canceled. But the bad news is Good Morning America is expanding to a third hour, and it's going to replace The Chew. We have all known this in the soap community for quite some time, because before Frank and Ron got there, that was the intention. What was it, about 5 years ago, what they were going to do. Brian Franz and the rest of ABC daytime network heads at the time wanted to clean house and get rid of all three soaps, All My Children, General Hospital, and One Life to Live. And only General Hospital was the show that got salvaged, and it roared back into the ratings under Ron and Frank at the time for at least about a good 2.5 years. And then after that, again, All My Children tried to go on the web. All My Children and One Life to try to go on the web. I think it only lasted between the both of them like about 13 episodes because the whole Prospect Park lawsuit hit. That was why a lot of Ron's storylines, I think during his second year writing the show, kind of suffered a great deal because a lot of the characters he wanted to cross over from One Life to Live onto General Hospital got shelved, so he had to create new characters like Silas and Kiki and bring Franco back from the dead, type of thing. And look, I don't feel sorry for this move. I don't. I mean, this was pretty much probably the last bit of Brian Franz's reign. Coming to a close and finally going into the talk show graveyard. And I never watched The Chew, didn't care to watch The Chew. After that show and The Revolution were the reasons why two generational soaps ended up getting canceled. You really honestly think that I'm going to feel sorry that this little cheap ass talk show that, yes, might be cheaper to produce, but canceled two generational soaps and put out a lot of great performers and cast and the rest of the crew members out of, jobs. And a lot of these people can't even find work anymore because soaps have such a stigmatization now. It's not like the 80s and the 90s where it's like if a soap got canceled, you go on to another soap where you can kind of like mosey around and do like primetime work, or if you had enough talent, you could do Broadway and you might end up on an A-list movie. It depends who you were. It's like now it's like if a soap get canceled in this day and age, as we've all have seen, a lot of performers and a lot of cast and crew members remain out of work. So if you expected me to shed any kind of tear for the Chew getting the axe, you're dead ass wrong. It ain't happening, not in the least. So for me, it was a little bit of a bittersweet feeling that that show got canceled. Now, of course, it's not going to bring back All My Children, One Life to Live, but hey, it is what it is. As for, Good Morning America taking over that third time slot, hey, I mean, no surprise there. Again, that's been the intention all along, but that takes me back to General Hospital. General Hospital better get their shit together, because it seems like whoever is running ABC Daytime and overall ABC Network, they are having no issue, pulling the axe on poorly performed shows on that network. And considering how Roseanne came roaring back, from a 90s and doing the reboot, and and now they're getting a lot of coin off of that. And then you see in the daytime, General Hospital is still tanking in the key demographics. Don't be fooled that ABC is not looking at General Hospital saying, like, you're next. It's just a matter of time, because, you know, the fact that they haven't fired Frank, Nathan, Shelley, Chris, it just speaks volumes that they probably do want General Hospital to tank. And I'm not trying to be doom and gloom or Debbie Downer, but let's be real. I mean, Frank, Nathan would have been gone, you know, about a year or so ago. But in this day and age of soaps, it's like bad writers, bad producers, they stay with their jobs. And, you know, so the higher ups can be like, well, they had their run, they gave it a good showing, but it's now time to, you know, kick them to the curb and, you know, put in another talk show or another cooking show. So I just, you know, again, as much as I've had that bittersweet feeling that, you know, the Chew didn't survive yet another season, again, it just speaks volumes that General Hospital needs to get their act together, or they are going to be the next out the door, because it is owned by ABC Disney, and they have the right to want to pull that show if they want to. So yeah, it is what it is. So feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the news that the Chew is now gone. And what does that mean also for the likes of a show like General Hospital that is still hanging on by a thread? Hit you up later. Peace.